Yep, we're doing it. Off we go as we embark on our full-time Airstream RV journey. First up, beautiful Colorado. But is it really possible to pick our top 5 Colorado camping spots? Well, that is a tough one. Well, a lot of you have asked for this, and here it is. Our top 5 RV campgrounds that we have been to in Colorado. Now, these are in no particular order, and some of you might be surprised by our omission of one of the most popular places to go in Colorado, but I will discuss that a little bit later in the video. So, let's get started. In the first place we always love to land is Priest Gulch Campground. Now, it is a private campground. It is on the Dolores River. And what I'm going to do in this video is tell you 3 reasons that each of these 5 places have made our list. So, the 3 reasons that we absolutely love Priest Gulch. Number 1, location. It is just beautiful. That area along the Dolores River is just spectacular. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend going that route. It's just beautiful. So we love the area. We love the campground. It is a lovely private campground that does not feel like a big concrete conglomerate campground. So we just love everything about it. They've got laundry, they've got services, they've got a great little gift store, super nice people. It's packed gravel, so it's easy to get in and out. The sites are level. Anyway, we love the campground. And then the third reason we love it is the nearby hiking. It is just wonderful. You can go way up in the mountains, you can go along the creek, just all kinds of areas that you can literally walk out the campground and go hiking. So those are our reasons for loving Priest Gulch Campground. Now, just so you know, we do have a blog post out on our Colorado camping. I will put the link to that below. So what are we looking for when we go out RVing? Well, we're looking for beauty. We're looking for hiking, we're looking for some fun local spots to hang out in, and some fishing and maybe some meditation spots. And we are finding they are all over the place. It's so exciting. Now, the next campground that we went to was actually a little bit of a surprise to us. It is called Junction Creek Campground. It is a National Forest Service campground. We have certainly come to appreciate the wonderful job that the National Forest Service does with their campgrounds. It is near Durango. Again, we're talking the southwestern part of Colorado. And it's something that had not hit our radar for a few years. We ended up going this year, quite honestly, because we couldn't get a place anywhere else. So we did not have very high expectations. Well, we were blown away. So why did we love this campground? Number 1, super close to Durango, which is a great, quaint little town with all kinds of microbrews. We had a great time there. There's groceries there, everything you need. But you go up that road to Junction Creek, and it feels like in the middle of nowhere. In fact, the very last mile of that road, I will warn you, it's a little rough, it's a little washboardy, but if you go slow and steady, you will certainly get there. Another reason we love the campground is because they do have a variety, and by that I mean some of their sites actually have power, some do not. Some you can reserve, some are first come, first serve. So kind of important to keep that in the mix. When we got our reservation, there were no electric sites available. So we ended up with a non-electric site, which was spectacular. It was private, it was gorgeous, but there were some rainstorms coming in, and so we needed power. So what we actually did is kind of waited until the first come, first serve power electric site came up, and then we moved. And the host was fantastic about that, very accommodating, and he knew our plan, and it worked out great. That site was equally beautiful. So just be sure to look at the whole campground, see which sites appeal to you as a camper. And the third reason we like it is, again, The hiking, it is just beautiful. It is along a river. It is actually where I believe it's called the Colorado Trail starts. And so there's tons of hiking to do, lots of people around doing it. I will also say they allow you to have off-leash dogs on their trails there, and honestly, best behaved dogs we have ever seen. So that works great for you dog owners, as well as people who don't have dogs. You don't have to worry because the dogs are very, very well behaved every single place we went. Now, it is worth mentioning that Junction Creek is very near Haviland Lake Campground. We've gone there many times over the years, and we really, really like Haviland as well. It was a tough call to pick between those two, but at the end of the day, we ended up putting Junction Creek on, but man, Haviland was a close second in that area. So you should also check that one out. All right, moving on was another surprise for us called West Dolores Campground. And that is again on the Dolores River, and it is another Forest Service campground. Now, what did we like about West Dolores? It was just this beautiful, out of the way, small campground with the nicest host imaginable who would do anything to help us. And we just loved it. It was very quiet. A lot of locals from within an hour of that site choose that site to go to when they just want to get away from it all. So it's quiet, it's remote. Again, hiking nearby, wonderful fishing. One of the things we loved about it is right on the creek, and if you just want to go tuck away and do some fishing or sit on a rock in the middle of the creek and meditate like I did, it's a perfect place for that as well. Next up is Caton Campground. Now that is way up high. I want to say it's at about 11,000 feet elevation. So why did we like this? A couple reasons. One is the elevation. Now, a lot of times Colorado can get hit with some heat waves. We were there during one, and it's wonderful to be able to get up that high. And you also just feel like you are on top of the world when you are up there. Another reason we like it is quite near Telluride, so it's super easy to just go over the pass and you will be in Telluride. Now, it is very small and it is mostly first come, first serve. The sites that are right along the river, I would recommend over the ones that are tucked away and up a little bit. So there are two different loops. I would first try the loop on the river to see if you're able to get a site there. If I recall, some are electric, some are not. I will put an overlay to tell you because I can't quite remember right now off the top of my head. But it is, again, one of those quiet little tucked away, if you want to spend 3 or 4 days just in the middle of nature, that is the place you want to go. Now, this brings me to the one area that is not on our top 5 that most people have, and that is Ouray. Now, I've been told by the locals it is pronounced Ouray, and a lot of people call it Ouray, so I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to stick with Ouray. So, Ouray is just north of where Caton is, and we have stayed there, and it's a lovely little town. But for us personally, it was just a little bit too cramped and crowded, and the campsites that were there were also cramped and crowded. We certainly enjoyed going to some of the local places in Ouray, but as far as our favorite places to RV camp, that one did not make the top 5. You guys, this journey has been so much more than we anticipated. The sheer vastness of space, the trees, the mountains, the rivers, the wildlife, it is just extraordinary. It is hard to leave one place and go to another, but the journey continues. So let's get to my 5th and final, and maybe our favorite of these. That's pretty hard to say. We love them all for different reasons, but that is Vallecito Creek. Again, a National Forest Service campground, and it is just spectacular. In fact, the number one reason we like it is the hiking. Now, the hiking trail that is right outside that campground, Paul is a huge hiker, and he said it is world class. So he puts it way, way, way up high on, it might be his favorite hike he does. And it is just this combination of wandering through the woods, and then you're way up high and you overlook this fabulous river that is just roaring with the snow melt, and it is spectacular. We also love the location. It is very close to a small little town near the lake reservoir, and we've had some great fun at some of the restaurants. We did the naughty schoolgirl run at a bar and had a lot of fun there. So it has a lot of local small places you can go to, and it is also near the reservoir where you can do tons of fishing. They even have sailboats. It's huge. So lots and lots of wonderful things to offer near Vallecito. There is also a private campground just within a mile of it called Blue Spruce. We've stayed there as well. And if you're looking for a place that has full hookups, laundry, that kind of thing, that we also highly recommend Blue Spruce in the same area. Now, I am actually here filming this in Glacier National Park in Montana, but I did want to give a recap of Colorado, and then of course Montana is coming. So go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be alerted every time my new video comes out. My name is Heather, and here on the Spicy Apron, I focus on food, fitness, and fun in your 50s and beyond. And let's face it, RVing is part of our fun for sure. So that is it for our top 5, but please, please, please comment below with some places you would like to add. We are always looking for new places, and we would love to see your suggestions. Thank you for tuning in to the Spicy Apron, where I focus on food, fitness, and fun after 50, and I will see you next time.